Good morning. For those of you who know me, appreciate you. For those of you who don't, I'm Anthony Martin. I have been on a healing journey for a little over 15 years now. Coming from a very, I'm going to say, troubled childhood, a lot of abuse, a lot of issues there, and I'm still sorting out the mess. I am working on overcoming CPTSD as a direct result of the abuse that I suffered at the hands, I'm going to say, my father, and also there's a lot of bullying and abuse dealt out in school as well as church. There was spiritual abuse as well. There's a lot to say, but in a nutshell, I would like to share my story in a way that would still be respectful. I'm not looking to cut anyone down. I do not have any desire to attack anyone or to make anyone feel belittled or less than. I've been made to feel that way for far too long. My voice has been silenced for far too long, and I have absolutely no desire to make anyone else feel degraded or dehumanized. There's no value to that. While there are definitely downsides to the plain culture that my parents came out of and where a lot of the abuse was centered around, it was that culture that taught my father to do what he did, and it goes back several generations, as well as sexual abuse and spiritual abuse, which is extremely rampant in those circles. And that's not just coming from me, that's coming from, I'm going to say, people that I know that left the Stauffer and Brubaker circles, even the Aaron Martin, and several other different types, where people feel less than, they don't feel worthy, they don't feel good enough, and so instead of building each other up, they tear each other down. I'm sorry, I'm at work this morning, so I'm trying to, I'm taking a few minutes here just to do this, and it's slow, the phones aren't ringing, but anyway. There's a lot that needs to be unpacked, and I would like to do so in a way that would tell my story as accurately as possible, but I also know there's going to be a lot of pushback, a lot of people that are still alive that are going to be very affected by what I have to say. I know a lot of people that have left the Pike circles, that have left the old order. I'm just going to say the old order because it covers a lot more than just the Pike. I mean, there's old order Amish, Joe Wangers, 35ers. There's a slew of them. But anyway, my point is, I have a lot of people that I've talked to and still talk to, and they are the ones telling me about abuse that I was unaware of. Even within the Car Mennonites, even within Pilgrim, Hope, the Hope Fellowship, Hope Conference, I guess you would say, up in Rohrstown, and there's a lot to dig into. But I would like to do so in a clear and concise way that cuts through all the clatter. I have a very hard time keeping focus. From what my counselors are telling me, they don't know if it's ADHD or trauma brain. Could go either way. They mimic each other very well. But anyway, know that we're going to be doing these videos and uploading it, and we're very good possibility I'm going to be talking on a few more podcasts. I talked on one that was just starting out, and I honestly don't think it went anywhere. I haven't heard anything from those guys in quite a while. They were trying to get interviews together that they could start steadily uploading, and didn't work so well, I guess. But anyway, expect to hear more.